goal. And again, trying to get the clear is UTSA. Finally, with the clear. How about that? The rear check brings that ball off the head of the stick. And just like that, the Bears are on the break. Ball is going to roll right at the out-of-bounds marker, but doesn't go over. How about that?
Yeah, good presence of mind to scoop and get that thing loose, get that fed in to Cantu, who was set up wide, kind of anticipating it. Now you just want to see the Roadrunners be able to convert.
And that's Douglas Macon, number 39, working here on the near side, trying to set up the offense for the Roadrunners as they slow it down.
Yeah, Seegers will set up top out here, kind of milk the thing out. Honestly, they're gonna just let the thing draw down. They're gonna have to roll into offense real quick, make very good decisive shots, and keep the thing close where they can manage it late in the second half.
As we talked with Coach Lundy, he definitely explained that was his vision coming into this game, being so shorthanded.
I like the perimeter game. I think it's something that is kind of glossed over since the age of the shot clock. But the perimeter game is an outstanding approach.
Wow, how about that for some defense, playing it on the backside. Number 2, Luke Wardlow, trying to get inside to the crease, but boy, he had a body on him that was not going to allow him, and that was J.T. London, just not allowing any space to get a shot attempt on goal, and the Baylor Bears take over again.
Yeah, the Bears are just really not getting the shots, but this should open up for them. These lanes are going to open up. This thing's going to get a little soupier, and when you got the rock, you know where you're going, and they don't. They have to adjust to you.
Wow, trying to make the pass back over the top of the cage. It doesn't happen. That's Mark Brugner.
And you saw that the turf monster is out and is unprejudiced. He'll get the officials as well.
You've seen it. There's going to be plenty of slipping. So far, this is going to get sloppier as the game progresses. And the first offsides penalty.
Yeah, a little aggressive play in from the D midi on the conversion, picking up that loose ball, and nobody really followed, and the Bears kind of got out of whack.
Douglas Macon slowing things down here for the Roadrunners. Again, the Roadrunners have basically gone all the way till it's about 22 seconds on the shot clock before they even attempt a shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good approach. It's it's the Veer offense of lacrosse. It's the Princeton Four Corners.
Not exciting, is that what you?
I like it. Gives you time to get popcorn.
Making spinning back through. Boy, that's a shot from about 15 yards out.
Yeah, I like the approach. Really just want to kind of get in on the belly of it. A couple of steps up, he might have had something to work with.
Trying to get around the side of the crease, and that's Wardlow. Wardlow's been working the X, and again, J.T. London with the long pole, playing great defense. Another turnover and possession for the Bears.
Yeah, and the Bears, if you watch them on defense when they're approaching back through X and having to cover that, they're just shutting down these lanes and forcing.
Oh, what a shot from about 15 yards out. Sorry about that.
No.
Man, what a shot from number 26. My goodness. That is Coy Hancock with the laser shot, ringing the tower on that one.
Yeah, Hancock got that thing loose and kind of got himself off balance, but turned it loose prior to being decleated.
Yeah, but he thought about it. He still sit there. He had just a wide hit. His vision was wide open to the cage. Took him about 10 seconds before he even took the shot. But when he finally decided to, what a shot!
Yeah, and Baylor's starting to make runs here that UTSA is going to have to answer to.
Ooh, will leave a mark. As my man Jim Dixon always says, the vulcanized rubber object flying at you at about 100 miles per hour.
That they clipped him right in the chest protector. That's why they wear them.
Yeah, thank God. Because the sound that it made. Sure, our microphones picked that up as Baylor continues to do business on offense, and that's going to be a turnover as the Roadrunners take possession. Again, Luke Wardlow trying to work the clear on the far side.
Yeah, and Salinas not shy about coming out of the crease and getting that thing drawn back in. But those ground balls are ever valuable, especially in on the perimeter. And UTSA has to figure out how to get that transition part of the game answered.
And this turf still has some bounce to it, even as muddy as it is. So I'm sure these guys are loving that. Again, working around the near side GLE, now working back behind the X. JT London, number 21, playing defense.
Yeah, I don't have. I was picking up a number 3, and I don't have one.
Okay, it looks like we have our first timeout called here in Waco. As they take a timeout on the field, we'll do one as well and be right back as play resumes here on Game On Sports. In Waco, Heckma Harrison alongside Jim Dixon. And the Baylor Bears are up by 2 scores with 56 seconds left in the first period. And so far, complete domination by the Baylor Bears.
Yeah, I mean, and they've taken advantage. They kind of got out of the gate a little slow, but it's a long game, and they're gonna find those opportunities, and they've so far taken advantage.
Wardlow trying to dodge again from behind the X, and you see the defenders they are completely surrounded that crease. He has nowhere to go right there, Jim. No,
and Noah Bray came in, read his eyes, came in, got a stick on the pass, and broke it up. And once you do break that perimeter and get inside, Baylor's closing you out pretty quick.
Baylor trying to work the clear, being met with plenty of resistance. Finally able to get the clear. Let's see if they're able to set up their offense. Nope. And how about that for some physical play right there by number 8, Gabe Omi. And a turnover by the Bears will go back to the Roadrunners.
And again, Pucksky just cognizant of the value of these ground balls, and if it's down on the ground, Baylor is going to go for it.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Score, Baylor 2, UTSA 0. As they take their break here at the first, we'll do the same here and come back as soon as the second quarter begins here on Game On Sports. Working their way back onto the field for the beginning of the second period. Heckman Harrison alongside Jim Dixon, and the Baylor Bears lead by 2 scores, 2-0 to be exact. Down at the X for the Roadrunners is number 39, Douglas Macon.
And Seeger's been doing really well off this near side wing. See if that continues.
And Daniel Lemus down at the X for the Baylor Bears. Our referees here tonight is the field judge, Tyler Mikolajewski, and Andrew Whitler is the referee. Ken Singer is the umpire. Braving the elements to call this game, along with you and I, partner.
That's right. Well, we're not really in element. We are under a game on tent.
But the people at home can't see
they
that.
Can't.
So
they
come on now.
They don't know.
Don't ruin it.
They don't know. They from the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field.
Braving the elements. Jim Dixon in the rain under a tarp. Here we are. Baylor again setting up near side, back to the middle of the field. Changing positions, and the bouncer scoring for number 23, Sean Douglas. Man, making it look easy.
Yeah, just really having that lane open up, kind of getting the UTSA goalie to commit to that inside pipe, and then he just went down low on the outside.
Man, I don't want to say it's like playing with your food, but that was a little easy right there.
It was, yeah,
somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, they drew it up. They drew it up in the break and executed.
Daniel Lemus back down at the X, and again, he's continuously winning at the X. Ball rolling over here towards the near side, going to go out of bounds. Possession is going to go to UTSA. Score 13:55 in the second, scores 3-0. And correction, Baylor will have the possession. Gabe on me bringing the ball inbounds. Playing a little bit of a two-man game with Mitchell Kennard.
And for Baylor, checking in was Giuseppe Rendazzo. I don't know if he's going to do anything. I just wanted to say his name.
Well, there it is. You got it out.
I got it done.
Rendazzo back on the field for the Bears in the second, and they have just been picking and choosing their spots as they have spread this UTSA defense out. Boy, near, and that's another shot attempt on goal by Gabe Omi. That's going to be another save by a guy that has been peppered with shots so far in this first half, and that's Colin Salinas.
Yeah, Salinas made a good cross-handed stop out of the cage, but couldn't get it in. Really had to scramble for it. So, I mean, he wants to keep that thing off his toes as well.
All right, well, finally, here we are with a man-up opportunity for the Roadrunners. It looks like number 2, Luke Wardlow, took the worst of that check.
Yes. Yes,
to say the least.
Took a shot to the nether regions and utilized that $7 equipment purchase.
Let's see, sitting in the sin bin on the other side, I believe, is number 8, Gabe Omi.
And this is an opportunity for UTSA here. They really got to stir it around. They got a little bit of time to work with, but they need to come out with something, and if not, just a positive side possession.
They're trying to work their rotation. Again, Douglas Macon is pretty much working the point. They're not working it from behind the X, even though they do have a guy back there. Number 7, Jonathan Nabu. And that defense is standing up and able to get the possession for the Baylor Bears. And just like that, Roadrunners not able to take advantage of the man-up opportunity that they had.
Well, that yard sale check just, I mean, that stirred the thing, and Baylor was on the run off the ground ball, and they were ready to roll.
Mitchell Kennard working from behind the X, getting the ball back up top to Gabe Omi. Here they go with your favorite name to call, Giuseppe Rendazzo. Rendazzo with the pass, and again, just the rotation happening right now for the Bears.
Yeah, and he just, I mean, he was last possession just setting up camp up top as a feed. And now he goes through X, so they're gonna kind of swap the offense around, stir it up top, but they are closing the perimeter quick and forcing.
Wow, what a save! But not in time as Mark Brugner with the goal. Right in close, man. What could you do about that? Colin Salinas with the first save, but not able to get the second.
No, and Salinas has to draw that thing in, get it clean, and that's what Baylor's trying to do is close that perimeter in on you, where you can get a bounce, where you can get a bad save, you can get something's going to happen, and you saw it right there where you have a quick pickup and a dump, and now you find yourself well ahead and on cruise.
11:23 here in the second. Baylor up by 4-0. It's complete domination here in the first half for the Baylor Bears. Boy, plenty of cutters on that last offensive possession. Again, coming right down the hatch, and that's another score by number 16, Russell Okupski.
Yeah, Okupski, I mean, he had one defender out on the perimeter, and once he cleared him with a nice dodge, it was running downhill, and Salinas had a lot on his hands.
But Okupski didn't even look like he had the mind to even pass to anyone.
Oh,
he
no.
was like, I'm going all the way with this no matter what.
No.
And that's another score as the Baylor Bears are up by 5 scores, 5-0 here in the first half at home.
Nice ground ball pickup from UTSA.
And that's number 19, Logan Cantu. Trying to work the clear and not going their way as Rendazzo gets the ball, leads the charge. Rendazzo setting up the offense.
Yeah, UTSA seems to be faltering on the second half of the pass, just really not able to settle it in the stick. But they are on point on these targets, and got to convert that, and you'll see that progress as the season goes along.
And that's a shot attempt on goal that goes to the right of the pipe. Goes out of bounds, but possession will stay with the Bears. Boy, and that's a shot that tries to get it across the mouth of the goal, but does ricochet off of a player. And how about that for the rear check for the Baylor Bears?
Yes, Naibo was trying to settle it off that pass kind of behind him and unable to get his feet caught up. And nice check, as you said, behind. And when you're kind of, the defensive pursuit doesn't stop when you're trying to settle your feet. So you got to keep moving.
Boy, and tons of physical play going on here on this field. That last check, boy, you can hear the bodies hitting the ground. Whew, nothing. And another hit, maybe a little bit of a retaliation there on that last one.
Well, I mean, Beasley on a solid pickup on ground ball, just looking at nothing but the back of the net when he took off, and that cross check came in to stifle it, but he was looking at nothing but the back of the net.
The cross check was levitating right there, boy. Like I said, physical play on this field here in Waco.
Well, and we talked about this. This last game that I covered. The checks are still there. These guys got to get their hands closed in. This is UTSA's first game. I don't know what their practices have looked like, but they're a lot of the fundamentals will catch up as the season comes along.
Love what you said there. This is the first game for UTSA, the fourth for the Bears as they come in 2-1.
Yeah, and Baylor. I mean, Baylor was playing. They had a doubleheader against Oklahoma State and Sam Houston a week ago.
And they're trying to work this one. Shot in close to Mitchell Kennard, but running interference right there on the defense, able to get that shot.
Logan Cantu was a great comeback, way to keep the thing live. And kind of playing that left-right to keep the thing live, get that ground ball, and then unfortunately they weren't able to convert.
Working in close, and another save by Salinas.
Yeah, Salinas, good vision, picked that up, had to make that one little step out to get it settled, and the Roadrunners desperately need to get a solid clear, and they are going to run out of time, unfortunately, I think.
They're trying to work it in. Genuous on the time, and that's a turnover. As the Bears on the attack. Oh, man, that's just a pass that is not able to handle. That is Mitchell Kennard as Gabe Almy with the pass.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early season. Passes are going to be a little off. Catches need to be there, but passes are a little off. The checks will be going to clean up their fundamentals, so to speak, and both these teams at this level can find competition and hang with it. Just a little bit too much time on the clear side of that.
So get a violation there by the Roadrunners. And possession goes back to Baylor. Working it from behind the X, number 4, Mitchell Kennard. And we've seen them set up their offense this way just on the rotation, looking for the picks. Right now, you see a guy moving in close, and boy, wow, what a laser shot left of the pipes.
Yeah, just set up, drift a little high, but Salinas was in there to kind of cover and close that far side cage.
Keep your eyes on number 26, Coy Hancock. He's working right in around the crease. You see the defenders communicating and just trying to let everyone know that he's camped out, but you see him pop in and out from around the crease, and these guys take full advantage of that, always in the vision of the passer. Working in and around the crease, and boy, Omi tried to sneak one right there.
Yeah, he kind of got the defense to come out and commit, and unfortunately just didn't get the leverage off the goal line extended that he was looking for.
Yeah, he was dancing on that chalk, but not able to get the score, and UTSA again needing some life here.
Yeah, Von Seeger picked the ground ball up. I mean, they're playing well in tight margin, but just not getting that extension of play.
Oh, maybe a great opportunity, a missed opportunity right there for UTSA, as you see two Bears defenders come out now. Only number 88, Cade Gardner, probably no relation to Fred Gardner.
No. Well, if he was, he wouldn't claim it.
He wouldn't claim it. All right, we got a shot from number 3.
We love Fred.
See, and the save, trying to keep the possession, and yard sale.
Another stiff one.
Von Seeger lost his stick. Possession goes back to the Baylor Bears.
I mean, I like the ground ball, the hustle that the Roadrunners are pushing out there on defense. You know, if it's down on the ground, they're going to go try and get it.
Omi working it around again offensively. Check these guys out in and around the crease. Another rear check. I mean, just when they thought they have an easy turnover and possession, there's always a Bear defender right there to say, nope, not this time.
Great hustle pursuit. I mean, these kids are playing defense, you know, even on the offensive zone. So good positioning, and as soon as they see it down, they're getting after it.
And we have a flag down. Maybe this is a man-up opportunity here for the Baylor Bears. They will continue to allow the play to continue, only stopping once there's a stop in play. Will the penalty be served?
So what you know, if you're Baylor at this point, you want to settle, take your shot, and see if you can double flip, come down on a man up opportunity and turn this thing up.
Well, the flag was thrown back here, and flag thrown on the field. Don't know what the penalty is. Timeout called as well with 4:01 left in this first half. Baylor 5, UTSA 0. They take a break on the field. We will as well, and be right back as play resumes here on Game On Sports. And up opportunity on a slashing penalty on the Roadrunners, not able to take advantage with those numbers.
Yeah, and Salinas with a solid save on there, and you saw how Baylor set up that offense, and they'll flat move the ball around on you.
I love these jerseys. The Roadrunners have meep at the bottom of their jerseys. How intimidating is that?
On the shooter, it's intimidating.
Working close to the tent over here. And how about number 1? Ethan Warfield, the defenseman, 5'8", 210, and just said, look, get on the other side of that line.
I thought he got it off, but it was
close.
It was on the far side. He was standing on the line, so.
Omi and Kennard working from behind the X. Again, you hadn't seen many pick plays or screens from Baylor. They're just keeping this offense wide open. Working the rotation. They're working a little bit of the shot clock now.
Yeah, I mean you're not seeing the Roadrunners really forced to slide pick up on these guys because they're really working the perimeter.
Okay, back up top to Rendazzo. Again, back to Omi. Here we are at about 35 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, behind the back pass to number 6, Mark Bergner. Again, plenty of communication going on the field. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Rendazzo. That thing has some sizzle on it, JD.
Giuseppe Rendazzo drops it where the peanut butter is on the top shelf.
I'm stealing it. I'm taking it home with me.
Man.
How about that? Rendazzo, this is a guy you said, look, I love saying this guy's name, but you love saying his name for a reason because of shots just like that. That
was in the corner, and it clinked. It wrote iron on the way into the net. So he used every square inch of that 6x6.
And the thing is, they used that entire 80-second shot clock. They didn't get that one off till there was about 3 or 4 seconds left on the shot clock. And again, another possession. They're just dominating right now at the X. I hadn't seen Daniel Lemus lose one. Thank God for helmets.
Off the nut, man. Just clanking the peanut.
Oh, man. A lot of physical play, and I tell you what, taking it always at the shorter end of the stick is a UTSA Roadrunner. Boy, these shots are coming at them fast and furious. Baylor Bears are not letting up.
Well, at least he saw enough to get his head down, because if that hit the iron in the front, that'll shake your teeth loose.
Got a lot of parents here and contingent around this field, and the last thing a parent wants to hear is a tooth being shaken loose.
No, because it probably got about a $7,000 orthodontia bill on top of that.
Yeah.
That paid for that tooth that put in place.
And Rendazzo with the pass back outside again. Baylor Bears doing a good job of sharing the rock. Here's one that's going to go back out of bounds, and possession is going to go to the Roadrunners, a break that they needed, as these possessions have just been owned by the Baylor Bears. The score is 6-0 with 40 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, and I think what you're seeing is a little bit of classy sportsmanship going on Baylor's part. They're going down. They're wanting to work the clock, use it really as a scrimmage at this point, because I think they feel like they've got it answered at this point, being up 6-0 here in the first half.
Ethan Warfield with the shot on the crease, just basically taking a Roadrunner off of his feet. How about that? Working it from the other side of the line, trying to get the possession in number 8. Again, Gabe Omi just working it.
Yeah, Naibo thought he had it to where he could pluck it and turn, and really just kind of scooped it out of bounds.
And shot attempt here. We have 5 seconds left. As the rain starts to come down a little bit here, 4 seconds left. bringing the ball in bounds with 2 seconds left. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Baylor 6, UTSA 0 in complete domination here in the first half. JD, what's your assessment of Baylor?
I think Baylor, they got out of the gate a little slow, but they've established themselves. They're working their offense. They're holding their possession. They're taking care of the ball in the offensive zone. They're hustling in defense, and they're as I said, it's a class act, and they're really kind of trying to get to the second half. Let the game play out, but not humiliate anybody, and really use it as a tune-up and work and live work.
Yeah, this is a team going from D2 to D1, and I think what I've been most impressed by, Jim, is just their physicality, the way that they're playing on the other side defensively. Look, they're just not allowing these wide-open zones and looks on the other side for UTSA. Always got a hat on the hat, a man on a man every time the Roadrunners get the ball. But offensively, it's just been their complete, utter domination. Every time when they get into their rotation, they're picking and choosing their spots and when they want to be aggressive, and hence the 6-0 score right now.
Yeah, and they're taking care of the ball and just playing really very sound fundamentally, and early season, that's what you want.
For Matt Lundy's group, I mean, obviously completely overwhelmed right now here in Waco. What do they got to do at least to get some momentum or steal some momentum here in this game?
They really got to focus down, win it second by second, possession by possession, and if you can get it drilled down to the little side of the game. Get in the offensive zone and execute, but win little steps by little steps. You can't eat an elephant in one bite. You got to devour that thing bite by bite, and that's what you have to encourage these guys to do. But they're going to do it with fundamentals. Really, it's an opportunity for Coach Lundy to challenge his team as as a group of guys. Hey, let's go out there and we're taking on Goliath, but we got to do it with the guys in the room here and approach it little bit by little bit.
Well, as they try and make them a slingshot at halftime, we're going to take a break here and return for the second half here on Game On Sports. Second half of action getting ready to start here in Waco. Heckma Harrison alongside Jim Dixon. This is a Game On Sports production. Please make sure to like and subscribe to Game On Sports for all of your Baylor Bear lacrosse action. We'll be covering all season long here in Waco as both teams have come back onto the field. Back down at the X is number 10, Daniel Lemus. And again, just owning it is Lemus, and another score before I can even get my point out for Brugner, and the score for number 6.
Just that little trickler on the outside, just kind of put a little English roll on it and went wide of the goalie and kind of had a little comebacker into the net.
Lucky Sevens didn't even take 6 seconds to score there for the Baylor Bears. And the score is now Baylor 7, UTSA 0. And just dominating these possessions have been the Bears. And maybe able to steal one.
Yeah, Logan Cantu with the long stick in his hand for the first time in the game. Tried to do that little handy, nifty wraparound and ended up coughing it up. And Baylor was on it like a bum on a ham sandwich.
I tell you what, this is pretty different from being the long stick to the short stick.
There's kids that adapt really well, and there's kids that, it takes them a little bit of time.
And again, what we've been accustomed to seeing from the Baylor Bears, especially from the first half, they were taking their time getting the rotation going. Giuseppe Randazzo working on the far side for the Baylor Bears. Now they're working it back from behind X, and the guy that just scored was Brugner. Brugner with the outlet pass set up for number 8. Omi right there with the shot that goes across, backside of the crease.
That'll be a contributory ball.
How about that? Salinas runs to the end line for the possession for Baylor. For UTSA. Salinas surveying the field. Hurry up and get this across. Is that a bit of a Hail Mary right there?
Yeah, I mean,
Hail Mary.
You know what? It's off your doorstep, but it's usually a turnover when you do that.
And Gabe on me setting up the offense right now for the Bears. Working back to the far side. Again, the rotation on right now for the Bears with the gold helmets, white uniforms with green trim. UTSA with the blue and orange. Another shot attempt. It's going to go back to the highway. Gabe Omi bringing it back in from the end line.
Yeah, this is a point in the game where it's a little bit wet. You'll start seeing your stick bag a little bit and get broke down, and then that's when balls start sliding out, going high and wide.
Gabe Omi working on the far side in the crease. Again, there's always a shooter in the alley. Another shot attempt on goal by number 8. Possession going to the Roadrunners.
Yeah, Salinas and one of the poles were just hustling on that sideline.
That for the spin move by number 19, Logan Cantu, a guy you said his name quite a bit. Oh, what a quality pass. Just not able to handle it is Vaughn Segers. But Cantu with a quality pass. Hustle right there by number 19. Cantu trying to work the clear. And another turnover. Connor Beasley knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, UTSA is just really not able to convert. They get it down in the offensive zone. They got to get these guys resettled, get out on work that perimeter game, and just not able to convert it. the Baylor defense just attacking at the line, trying to control that transition game.
They've controlled so much of the time. I mean, the time of possession disparity right now, I think, is just alarming. Another shot attempt, Omi on the far side. Again, running to that inline, possession is going to stay with the Bears. Randazzo bringing the ball inbounds. Guys all spread out around the perimeter as you see Randazzo working his way down close to the crease. Randazzo and number 23, man, the shot attempt by number 23, Sean Douglas.
Yeah, just unable to get that lane to open up. Really kind of got on a player. Really never made it to the cage, and you know, Baylor maintains possession, but they're getting good quality shots. They're taking their time and approach, and really not just a lot of body movement, but they are forcing UTSA to tax their defense.
Randazzo bringing the offense all the way out. Boy, great shot attempt right there, and a good look by Coy Hancock, but that shot ricochets off of the glove of a Roadrunner. Sean Douglas running it back from behind the Omi. Trying to find a cutter backside, in the alley to Randazzo, and that's a shot attempt that goes over the top of the cage. Possession will go back to the Roadrunners.
Yeah, Randazzo on the release had two poles on him, just forced that shot high.
And good stick work right there by number 8. Gabe Omi, boy, he can open a can of tuna with that stick the way that he's working it. Randazzo finding a wide open Bear, boy, but Salinas, Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, Salinas shut down the high side cage, closed it down, used his footwork to close the middle, and force that wide shot and to give UTSA another possession that they desperately need to get down and get in the offensive zone and do some work.
Trying to work the clear is number 19, Logan Cantu. Can't find anybody. How many times have we seen that? Just pretty much a Hail Mary shot, trying to get it across for the clear.
Yeah, you're just eating up too much time in your defensive zone, and when you're forced to throw up those 50-50 balls, you just come up on the short side a lot.
And Randazzo barking out orders to the offense as they are setting things up here. Again, working everything from the perimeter initially, looking for those cutters as the shot clock approaches the 20-second mark. Randazzo pass to number 4, now back behind the X to number 8, Gabe Omi. Omi back to Randazzo, quality pass to number 6, and another save. It's Mark Brugner with the shot attempt on goal and saved by Salinas.
Yeah, Salinas, great stop. They need to convert on this clear and give these guys a breather. Let Salinas kind of get his feet settled there in the mud and get his mind right.
And Douglas trying to go up for the pass and just goes right off of his stick and goes right back to a Baylor Bear. Bears in transition, and that's right off of the chest of Salinas.
Yeah, Salinas, good stop off the chest, good presence of mind to not come out off the crease, because as the goalie comes out, he's playable at that point. So he keeps inside the crease, plucks the ground ball, and they're able to get down the offensive zone, see if they can clear it up here.
One-on-one situation and not able to get a score at point-blank range. Jake Schmidt, number 44, standing right in the mouth of the cage, and it's getting in the way of that shot. Not a quality shot either by number 18, Cameron Campbell.
No, Campbell kind of held on to it, had to kind of drift, had to drift the ball outside, just not getting a lot of zip on it, and would have been better to take that first best shot instead of trying to get the extra steps.
Holding penalty on number 14, Andrew Mason. Mason throwing up his hands like, who, me? Not on me.
Totally innocent.
Working it from behind the X. Let's see if the Roadrunners can get a score here. 6:57 in the third, down by 7 goals. Not going to get it done that way. Sloppy passing and another turnover as the Bears take the possession. How about that for the pump fake on the long pole? We get a long pole goal? Nope. Passes it out. Shorty, and the score by number 6, Mark Brugner. This guy has been on it to begin the third quarter. Got a flag on that last possession, but again, the score is good. Baylor Bears 8, TSA 0. It's 6:38 here in the third.
Yeah, just not really able to put anything together. Working from the backside perimeter, working up through a lane, pass into a double, and ball gets knocked down, and all of a sudden you're rolling in on defense, and not what UTSA was looking to do.
Well, they've changed guys out. Daniel Lemus is out at the X, and Russell Akupski has already scored in this game, and another score as we were talking about him, number 16, Russell Akupski with his second score of this game.
Yeah, plucked the ground ball on the wing, just went in, looked his man off, went low on him after he gets Salinas to commit to that top side post and just dribbled it in.
So far, that's a quick score as Baylor up by 9-0 here in the third, 6:19. In the third quarter, easy ground ball transition for the Bears. And you see some slipping out here on this field as even though the rain has subsided, boy, that mud is starting to gather in certain areas on this field.
Yeah, it's still winter time, so it's kind of a rumor of grass. So there's a lot of bare patches to get yourself tangled up with.
The rumor of grass.
Yes,
love it.
The rumor of grass.
What could be
yes.
Grass.
Apparently, you still have to put fertilizer on the rumor of grass too.
Hadn't gotten to that point yet, so those mud patches right now are starting to collect, especially right around the mouth of each goal. Definitely present. 5:50 here in the third. Even up by 9 scores, still pressuring.
Well, and UTSA was not very purposeful about what they were doing. They're kind of lackadaisical. So hats off to Baylor about going after them. If you don't have presence of mind, I'd go after you too.
That's a shot attempt on goal that goes across the mouth of the goal. However, possession will go to the Bears as they hustle to the end line to steal that possession. Okupski with the pass for the clear. Guys been putting in plenty of work. Substitutions made by both teams. And 5:09 here in the third. They're going to take a timeout. We'll do the same. And before we do, please make sure to like and subscribe Game On Sports to get all of your Baylor Bear lacrosse needs. We'll be right back. Still timing it? Yeah. 5:09 here in the third. Baylor 9, UTSA 0. Game where they have completely dominated from the beginning.
Well, and in all fairness to both squads, Baylor is a squad that was playing Division II last year, set it as a goal to move up to D1 sometime within the next 2 years, and had a fortunate opportunity to do that this year. And UTSA is somebody who's playing Division II, so both these squads are obviously UTSA's fighting above their class, and Baylor's trying to establish themselves at D1, moving from D2. I'm not apologizing for anyone, by the way.
I can kind of feel that, but see, we have a penalty there. Looks like it's on, they call it 15. And that's Evan Donald with the push in the back. He'll take a quick timeout as Randazzo has the ball as play resumes. I told you, JD, if you need it, if you had to get your fix on Baylor lacrosse, you got to come to Game On Sports.
It's a single source outlet, honestly. It really is. I mean, other than maybe having somebody text you from the game.
Well, I just saw you look at me side-eyed when I said
I didn't stink eye. I stunk eye no one.
Did. Yes, you did. And that's one that ricochets off the pole. That would have been a quality shot to address the needs of Baylor fans.
I tell you what, man, he clanked the iron on the far side, and Salinas was set up where that was the only shot he had, and he just was unable to close out the last six feet of that cage.
How about Luke Wardlow taking matters into his own hands with the clear? A little bit of a rotation right now for the Roadrunners. Probably the longest offensive set that they've had here in the second half.
I tell you what, if you're UTSA right now, you're in the middle of a victory, because this is what you want to do. You want to build on these small incremental improvements. Got in too tight on the perimeter, and Baylor, Baylor kind of closed them out a little bit.
Just gave me an opportunity to look at you side-eye for
you
a second.
I looked over at you, and you were stink-eyeing me. I was like, I'm trying to get something going here.
I love that, the incremental improvements.
I'm trying to. They took, you know what they did? They took a bite of the elephant tail right there.
Yeah.
Hats off to them.
We're getting there. They say you can't eat an elephant in one bite, but we're getting through it. Possession going to go back to the Baylor Bears. 2:25 left here in the third. I talk about the domination, but again, obviously, you're looking for positive signs on the other side for the Roadrunners. They come in shorthanded. Obviously, the other team, the guys in green, they're able to make a ton of substitutions, whereas UTSA just can't.
No, and UTSA, I mean, they're trying to rebuild. These apparently you send your kids to school to get an education and graduate, and that's what happened to them. So they lost about 5 good players to graduation and just haven't been able to tank back up, and they got a hill to climb. I've seen squads have to compete with short hands, and it makes it difficult on everybody.
That's a jump shot from Omi on the far side, but staying with UTSA last season, you talk about them coming into the playoffs there at Southern Methodist University. Well, that's a team that got hot late.
Yeah, I mean they were 4-1 of their last 5, and that last one was against Missouri State in at Division II. That is the 800-pound gorilla, and. Yeah, so they strung it together, and I think they'll get back on that ship again, and be able to get guys playing fundamental and string some stuff together and schedule quality D2 opponents, and they'll have that.
Yeah, if you haven't got an opportunity to see that Missouri State team, boy, they are it when it comes down to D2. As you were just talking about, the upper echelon in that division, the way that these guys play, they're not just looking to be a Division II winner. They're looking to be a national champion. Yeah,
and they feel like they don't want to move up to D1 until they can establish a presence at D2. And same with St. Thomas. But there's a lot of nice save.
Yeah, that's our guy Salinas. He has been peppered with shots this entire game, but he has stood on his head multiple times to get saves. Just not always enough.
But he's getting good quality looks. He's standing up to it. He's making stops. But again, back to St. Thomas and Missouri State. And we were fortunate enough to go up to Springfield, I think 2 years ago, and call just a Texas A&M D2. They waved that off.
The clock expired.
Yeah,
the clock expired.
The clock expired.
Yeah.
40 seconds ago.
That was one that they definitely needed, but I'm sorry. That would have been a mom goal if you had left it on that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no, it was nice to see St. Thomas and Missouri State lock up in that opportunity. But that's what you're looking at D2.
Yeah, this is like I said, if you're not familiar, they're one of those teams that come in and, boy, they are as advertised the way that they play, because they completely just blazed through that entire tournament. But, boy, where we thought we had a goal there for UTSA was actually the end of play there for the third quarter. Again, I want to tell you, for all of your lacrosse needs, make sure that you go to Game On Sports, like and subscribe to Game On Sports. Then take a break on the field. We'll do the same and be right back as the fourth quarter begins. Fourth quarter play begins. Heckman Harrison alongside Jim Dixon. Daniel Lemus down at the X, and he has been completely down. I don't think he's lost at all.
They lost one in the first half, but Lemus was not at the face-off. So you are true. But we were talking about D2, which is where UTSA falls, and Baylor is coming out of. But like you said, St. Thomas, Missouri State, we saw them at the LSA championship, and they are something to be reckoned with. But they roll into the national tournament at D2 to a quick dispatch, and that just says what's going on at D2, and you could be competitive at D2. I think.
Ton of competition at D2, but I tell you what, that was a shot from number 17. I believe that's Elias Santon.
Yeah, just out on edge, had that lane open up for him, and just dropped the hammer on it, bring this thing 10-0.
But the transition, as you were talking about, from obviously D2 play and how competitive it is. We see Missouri State, they go to the tournament, and they're dispatched there in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of very good teams nationally at that D2 level. Baylor kind of chose to go back to D1. They were playing D2 for a while, wanted to go back to D1, and really.
And the score for the Roadrunners, just what the doctor ordered here in the fourth.
And the Roadrunners off the snide, off the back of the goalie's peanut in. That was called a brain assist.
That was a brain assist. I wanted you to kind of put a little color on that, because that was probably as odd a goal as we've seen.
That was something. Just drop that in on the back of his brain pan.
However you can get it.
Hey, back of the goal. But Baylor's opting to go back to D1. Obviously, I mean, really more of a cultural thing. They want to compete with teams that are like them, Big 12 aligned, so forth. Which again, at the MCLA, that's for them to decide and for them to have that opportunity.
And this is a decision that when we talk with the coach, he was saying, look, we had up until August to make that decision, and we finally did. When you think about them as a team and the firepower that they have, how do they measure up?
I think they, as far as Texas D1, I think they fit just fine. On the North LSA, I think they fit just fine. They have to kind of get their feet set. They're probably going to nice strip from the backside, but they're going to obviously need to track down some quality players over the next 2 years. But I think they're going to be just fine, very competitive at that level.
Running from behind the X, trying to find his way back top side is number 32. He does all the dirty work and then gets the score.
Yeah, he came wide. Just again another sloppy check with hands inside, but really got under his helmet and lifted his head and just really just right in front of an official, and you're going to get that call every time. These officials really want to side to safety and keeping these kids they're out here to play, have fun. Nobody's gonna make a living doing this, and they want all their faculties when they are professionally employed.
Coach Dickerson able to get his freshman into the game. That's number 32, Cole Bama, with the score. Again, that's a quality score from your freshman, and a yard sale, glove sale as well. Boy, he lost all of his equipment on that rear check. 12-16 here in the fourth. Baylor Bears 11, UTSA 1.
Nice chest save again. Solid hit.
Is this guy going to need a ice bath after this one? Maybe in just a particular area. He's taking a lot of those to his chest sternum area.
Yeah, but he's I like he's standing his ground. Good foot position and just holding his ground in the crease.
Possession's going to stay on this end as a reset of the shot clock.
Yeah, Baylor to some degree is kind of dumping the bus at this point. They're really trying to get some of the second, third line guys mixed in and get some exposure for them. These kids came out here to play lacrosse, not watch.
Yeah,
and they're getting that opportunity.
Plenty of playing time to be had here in Waco as the Baylor Bears are completely dominating performance here. And the rain, again, when we first got here, the rain was a steady pour. But as this game has progressed, it's a little less rain. Shot goes a little wide of the goal. Possession stays on this end with UTSA.
Yeah, Campbell again drifting on that shot, and it goes to that near side post a little wide.
Wardlow trying to work his way back in.
A lot of opportunity for the Roadrunners right around the dirt on that crease.
Trying to work the clear as they finally do. Numbers right now for the Bears. And it doesn't get any easier than that for Mitchell Kennard working his way inside. Nothing that Salinas could do in a one-on-one situation.
No, you're going to come up on the short side on that 90% of the time. But Kennard worked his way in and just kind of eye-faked him, really. Just kind of looked him off. And at that point, the goalie's going to tell you where you want to put it, and he dropped it in for him.
12-1 here in Waco. Baylor dominating from the first quarter until this point. They take a timeout on the field. We'll do the same and be right back as play resumes here on Game On Sports. Back in action here in Waco. Both teams back down at the X, and a win at the X for the Roadrunners. I don't think we've said that. And also a shot.
Nice.
Luke Wardlow with the shot and score for the Roadrunners.
Nice when you can pick that up, find a seam. And the Baylor with substitutions, the chemistry's a little off, not really knowing what the slide was going to look like, and they just kind of rolled out the welcome carpet for him, and he rolled in and got us the deuce.
Now, something we hadn't been seeing is that slide protection coming late, and like you said, with the wholesale substitutions, maybe that's the reason, but nonetheless not taking anything away from that shot from Luke Wardlow, winning at the X and also going coast to coast with the score as he does it again. Trying to get the pass out, not able to gather the possession is number 39, Douglas Macon. And pass attempts goes across the line. Possession is going to switch back to the Bears, and that's a bouncer by number 32.
Yeah, he had Salinas set up on that inside post. He tried to bounce it on the outside, and it's kind of a crapshoot anytime any kind of bounce shot in around the crease with the way this field is set up.
Mitchell Kennard working from behind the X, and now getting the ball back top side. Giuseppe Randazzo setting up the offense. Burning a little bit of this shot clock are the Baylor Bears. As you see the cutters coming across the mouth of the goal. Working the set back inside, and that's a shot attempt. Goes to the end line, and look at that hustle right there by number 11. Salinas, man, he's had himself one heck of a game, man. He has been peppered with those shots, as I've said multiple times, but he isn't lacking on any situation, man.
No,
he's still hustling.
Has not given up. I like that, and that's what you need, is that kind of tenacity from your goalkeeper.
I think that shot was from about 20 yards out. What about that by number 4, Vaughn Seegers, with the long-range missile?
Nice shot. Cleared his man on the edge and just dropped the dime on it. Just went on that near side post, and there was no catching up to that.
There was no catching up to him right there, and determined to get that shot off from a long way away. And that's Jake Schmidt is now between the pipes for the Baylor Bears. Getting a lot of guys in on the action for the other side for Coach Brad Dickerson's group. Bit of a scrum there on the far side, GLE. Possession will stay with UTSA.
We're using all the field today, too.
Yes, we are.
We're going to play in every bit of it.
Trying to work it back across and around. Quick shot attempt, but ball did not stay on the head of that stick. Connor Beasley hustling with the long pole.
And the Baylor faithful wanting the offside call.
Who cares about the score?
That's right.
Who cares about the score? You're offside.
That's right. That guy might have a profession as a seal clubber or something.
They're trying to set up their offense.
Just let it go. Just let him play.
Violation possession as UTSA takes over. 7:57 here in the fourth. Boy, easy pass, but just not able to be handled by Luke Wardlow. And the freshman with another score. Tell you the future looks bright with number 32.
Yeah, I mean,
Cole Bama doing his thing. Second score of the quarter for number 32.
You know, and these kids, as they're getting opportunity, they are taking advantage of it, and you know, they're not trying to rub anybody's nose in it, but you're not going to look away on something like that when you have that opportunity.
Fighting for this possession as the Baylor Bears come out with it. Russell Lakupski for the Bears getting the possession as they work their offense again, taking a ton of time off of that shot clock before they get their first shot. Maybe pulling I wouldn't say taking the foot off the gas, obviously, if you just scored a goal, but at least trying.
Yeah, I think they're going out and trying to establish their offense, work their offense, because it's you're seeing the same faces at practice. It's nice to have the opportunity to kind of come out and dictate what you want to do with an opponent and take advantage of that. It's kind of practice play time.
Yeah, beat up on some other guys. Working down on the near side, look like they're going to get him, Nybo, out of bounds. Nope, possession is going to stay on this end. Timeout taken on the field. We'll stay here with these guys, but I tell you, man, this has been one of those matchups, Jim, where you could tell, like, everything that Baylor wanted to do, they have succeeded in doing. Their offensive sets, they've had no resistance on the other side, and when you can move that efficiently, I think that gives you all the confidence you need going into D1 play.
Yeah, you want to be able to come out and do what you practice and execute efficiently, and they've obviously done that. They have won the little small fundamental games. They're getting after ground balls. They're clean on their play, and that's what you're looking for is to come out and do that, and obviously success on the day for Baylor with not just the score, but what they're seeing with execution for practice.
I think you start off things, you're winning at the X, you have so much success if you're the Bears. And this matchup where obviously we anticipate that they are going to pull away with a victory, but their next opponent is going to be on February the 16th, where they play the Alabama Crimson Tide in Oxford, Mississippi. Looks like there's going to be a tournament on the campus of Ole Miss. After that Alabama game, they will face off against Ole Miss. And on the 17th, they have a doubleheader where they go up against the University of Indiana. So those are just the next three opponents, all three happening in Oxford, Mississippi.
And really that's the alignment that they're looking for on the D1 level, is to play that level of competition, and that's what that's the reason for moving up. It's really that's what they wanted to that's what they want their college experience to look and feel like, and every team gets to pick and choose.
Tough couple of games coming up here for the Bears. On the other side for UTSA, we're getting to the stretch that they have as they look to try and get some more scores. That another save by number 44, Jake Schmidt.
But nice little backhand shovel in from UTSA, really uncontested, and just really got on the goalie. If he was a little to the left, would have been in the back of the net.
For UTSA, their next competition is going to be against East Texas Baptist at Rice University. It's on February the 17th, and that's going to be the tournament there at the University of Rice. And also they play Rice on the 17th as well. Following that with a game against Sam Houston State on February the 24th. So the next three opponents for both of these squads. Nothing easy coming, but for Baylor, definitely an impressive showing here at home.
Yeah, and again, that's you want to be able to execute what you're practicing, and get the confidence behind that. And once you do that, it's really easy to learn when you're buying in, and wins like this make you buy in.
get a penalty called down there. Did you see exactly what was called?
I didn't see it.
Okay. Nonetheless, it's a turnover. We'll go to UTSA. The Roadrunners have another possession here in the fourth. They're trying to do their best to keep that possession, but possession going to go the other way. Stay on this end.
Oh, that was smooth.
I think he faked out even our cameras.
Yeah, he came in late and just really got his head over the pass receive and had momentum behind him.
Gabe Omi with the pass. Back out now, working it to number 4, Mitchell Kennard. Kennard working from behind the X. 3:24 left to play here in this contest. And again, this is talking about Colin Salinas, just his hustle from the goalie position to steal another possession.
Well, and a lot of that is just really salesmanship. The goalie out hustling. A lot of times you might be a little bit behind the opponent, and the official sees the goalie hustling. He'll give it to you.
This is rewarding him.
Yeah.
How about that from the rear check by number 21, J.T. London, the big fella, back out on the field. I think London was not pleased at all by that rear check. He completely bowls over number 18, Cameron Campbell. Going with the spin move is Luke Wardlow. Wardlow trying to set up this offense. 2:15 left here in the fourth. You hear the communication still intact here for the Baylor defense. They are yelling out these orders at each other.
And that is the key on defense is you got to know. Nice pipe save there. You got to know what you guys are doing. You got to know what's happening on the backside, and sometimes you can't see it. You got bodies in front of you. You have to know what's going on, and communication is key. And that goalie, the goalie's back there kind of stirring the drink, and he's making sure everybody's where they need to be.
Yeah, completely cutting off those shot lanes, and again, great defense and a flag. Possession going to stay on this end, so obviously against the Baylor Bears, maybe an opportunity for a man up. For UTSA, ball's going to go out of bounds, but possession will stay with UTSA.
I think they threw it out because they wanted to solve the mystery of what the call was.
Is that what it was?
Because I didn't see it either.
Maybe looked like a slashing penalty. That's what we're going to go with. So
let's go with that.
A minute in the sin bin there for number 9. Jeffrey Graham.
So we'll set up on this far side. Man up for UTSA.
Even just on easy passes, going to get an offside penalty, but possession will stay with the Roadrunners. Lucky break right there. 44 seconds left in this contest.
Yeah, but you really don't want to rely on the lucky break. You want to be able to take care of the ball.
Well, nonetheless, here we are. Other shot attempt. But even better save by Jake Smith. Smith all the way out of the cage with the pass. And that is the end of this game. Boy, complete domination. 13, they have 13-1. I did believe that there was another score here. Excuse me, that's 13-3 on the scoreboard. So an easy victory here in Waco for the Baylor Bears, and a game that they dominated from the beginning. Just your closing remarks on what you felt like was the point, obviously, for Baylor and the way that they came into this game and the way that they attacked it.
Well, and, like I said, that it's a long season, it's early still. You want to reinforce what's going on in practice and get that confidence going, and that's what you saw out of Baylor today.
I saw that, and I also saw them dominate at the X. It was the possessions. The time possession was completely on their side. Nothing that the Roadrunners could do about it. And flipping over to the other side, the Roadrunners obviously staying in D2, working it, and they did everything last season, get hot at the right time to work their way into the tournament. But right now, probably not the way that you wanted to start this season, but plenty of things to obviously grow on.
No, you can glom out of what you see on the field. There's a lot of positivity or positive things happening for them that we saw in the first quarter, and then the thing just got out of hand for them. But nobody quit. They were still going after ground balls. The fundamental side is there. The attitude is there too. These kids, they don't have any quit in them. They were going after ground balls. They were, what the Roadrunners' approach was to substitute with athletes on the field. So they're moving players from defense to offense. You saw guys wear a lot of different hats and have some margins of success. And that's really all you can hope for.
No, this is obviously a great start to the season right now for the Baylor Bears as they go to 3-1. Obviously not the way that they wanted to. They're obviously getting the win here today, but they wanted to be undefeated on the other side for UTSA. They go start the season with a loss. They are 0-1, but it's really good to see this team in the middle of the field. And I think this is what it's all about, to be honest with you, to see these guys link at the end of the game and pray together. That is absolutely awesome. But before we sign off here, I want to give all of the crew, all the guys that set up, no bad omens on this crew. These guys are all quality acts. And Cookie, anytime Cookie's in the building, we know we're going to have a good production. And JD, good to see you. I'm sure I'll have many more opportunities to get through lacrosse matches with you. And for everybody, Fred Gardner at home probably sitting around in a tuxedo listening right now. Fred, this one's for you. Well, and this is signing off here from Game On Sports. Hopefully I still have a job.